We have been partnering with China Agriculture University for the last 2 years, where we have established a relationship through FAO to identify young agripreneurs who have the background on agriculture extension to go to China to learn on the innovation and technologies from China. This partnership started in 2024 when a team from FAO visited our organization, and we were able to visit quite a number of partners where they established quite a number of gaps in knowledge and innovation transfer, and they felt it would be good we craft an agreement so that we can be able to take some of our young agripreneurs to China so that they can be able to go and learn. The course itself takes 3 years. 1 year, they go to China, they live and work with the Chinese community. Then the second year, they come to Kenya, they practice what they learned in China under our supervision as the professionals. And then the last year, they go back to China, where they do the light-up. And once they finish the light-up, they finish their own thesis. And after that, they graduate with their qualification, which is a master's degree. The agreement was for 3 years, where we had the first cohort. We only managed to take 3 who are already in China. They are finishing in October, and they will be back, where they are going to establish the scientific technology backyard in a place called Madeira, that is Kenyatta Agriculture Institution in Murang'a, where all the technologies of what they have been learned will be implemented in that institution and the farming community. Then the second cohort is this year, where we are taking 6, and you are able to see them today. And next year, we also have a cohort of another 10 we are supposed to take. So in total, we had anticipated to have a team of about 25, and we hope we'll be able to achieve that by the end of next year. For somebody to qualify for this program, must have done an agricultural discipline, any agricultural discipline, and have a second upper degree, that is for the bachelor's. And we had a majority of them, either they had second row, which made them not to qualify. And also the numbers of students who are doing agriculture are dwindling. So we had actually to work with the universities to identify those students who have left. The opportunities are always there under the Sino Africa program, but we need to have now the targeted efforts like the way we have done to be able to identify the students. But left alone, it's there, available, but people are not applying. In this partnership, the Chinese government is providing everything to the students. They are paying for tuition, and they are also paying for the upkeep of the students. The only thing we are providing is the students to provide airfare to China and back. That is to China when they are going, like now when they are going on the 5th, and when they will come back after 3 years. But when they will be coming back during the few days, everything will be paid for by the Chinese government. China, they are so much working with the smallholder community. Okay, based on how their farms are, they are basically smallholders. And if you look at the technologies available in China, they are suitable for the smallholder farmers. If you look at those very developed countries like Brazil and whatever, they are using a lot of mechanization and cultivating on very large pieces, so that is large-scale farming. But if you look at the model of agriculture in Kenya, where our land is getting smaller and smaller every day, we need to have the appropriate technologies. Even if it's mechanization, can we have those working tractors, those small things which are being used in China? So we really want these students to go bring those technologies which are very suitable for the smallholder farmers, as opposed to technologies which are not suitable for the smallholder farmers, which are being promoted in some of the regions. That's why we focused on China.
We are hoping that our young people are going to learn from China, not just the technology, because in Kenya we are not short of technologies in agriculture. We have many competent, able researchers. We have a lot of technologies that have been generated, but we are not able to effectively translate those technologies into practice on this farmer's farm where we can actually see the impact in terms of agricultural production, in terms of agricultural profitability for the farmers. And so one of the ways that we are expecting our young people are going to learn and benefit us as a country is by being able to learn about how China supports their farmers. We know that the population of small-scale farmers in China is very large, and its agricultural sector is actually driven by the small-scale farmers. So how are they able to effectively distill their technology from the researchers to the small-scale farmers so that they're able to achieve the levels of production and the levels of agribusiness that they have at the moment? So that's one thing that we are hoping they'll be able to learn and be able to bring back home, and which, when applied, will help us to be able to have impact and achieve greater levels of production and more profitability for our small-scale farmers. So the technologies that they'll be learning about are basically surrounding the issue of soil and soil health and plant protection issues, which are actually key problems that we have in the country, because we know that many of our soils, they are worn out. They are not the way they are supposed to be. And yet, you know, whatever you get in terms of production is determined greatly by the state of the health of your soil.
I'd like to say a very big thank you to KEFAS for the wonderful opportunity. To be a member, first of all, is a great privilege, and then to be offered this opportunity. It is a great joy, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you very much, when we will work as hard as we can. I've been a farmer in rural Baringo, where I did maize and butternut intercrop, which was a good venture. However, I did encounter many challenges, which necessitated me to do a lot of research on how to combat these challenges. While I was researching, the master's program was suggested to me, which I took up gracefully. I've been given the opportunity to do a Master of Science in Resource Utilization and Plant Protection from China. And the specialization is yet to be determined once we reach there, but it will either be resource utilization or plant protection. While the country boasts of a large agricultural tracts of land, we have a challenge of acidification of the soils. We have a problem with poor rainfall patterns, over-dependence on rainfall. And so with a course on resource utilization, I believe I'll be uniquely placed to be able to train farmers on how to effectively use their resources at home. On the part of plant protection in our country, we have a major problem of pesticide use. We use it indiscriminatively, and therefore with added knowledge on how to use and to select, I believe it will be a plus on our side as a country and on the people of Baringo to use the land, to use our agrochemicals in the respected way and in the expected and proper use.
Based on the expectations that I have when I go to China, one is to learn the different learning system that they have in China compared to ours here back in Kenya. And we got the cultural differences, how they act, how they carry on their daily activities, and majorly our personal expectations is how to manage our finances.